Hi, Timothy. It's Donna. I was decluttering the attic, and I think I found an old photo album of yours. Could you please take a look at it and confirm that it's yours? Here.
Yes, that's ours. I don't know how we could have missed it. I apologize for the inconvenience.
Oh, that's quite all right. Will you or Leah come and get it? If you still want it, that is. It's not exactly in the best condition.
Oh, we'll definitely come to retrieve it. It may not look great now, but that album holds decades of our family's memories inside. We couldn't possibly give it up.
Of course, I understand. Give me a call when you're ready to pick it up.
My daughter's in town for the weekend, so today and tomorrow work for me.
In that case, let's do it today.
Sure, I could swing by in about 2 hours.
That works for me. Glad we got that sorted out.
So am I. By the way, how's the house treating you? I hope you've settled in well.
We have, thanks. I know it's only been a month, but we really couldn't be happier. The house is absolutely gorgeous.
I'm glad to hear that. Looks like it's taken a liking to you. You must have a pretty strong marriage.
Huh?
Have I not mentioned this before? You see, our house is very special.
It is? How so?
I heard this story 40 years ago from the previous owners of this house. They found an old diary in the attic. It belonged to a pregnant young woman who lived in the house with her husband and chronicled her descent into madness.
Is that so?
It is. The woman had been plagued with the fear that her husband would leave her for another once she gave birth. The diary entries had become more frantic as her due date neared.
Then what happened?
Nobody knows for sure. The last few pages have been torn out.
That's a bummer. I was just starting to get invested in the story.
Oh, but that's not all. The couple who'd found the diary soon started having marital problems. When they realized their marriage was in danger of breaking down, they consulted a paranormal investigator who advised them to burn the diary and sell the house as soon as possible. Within a week, everything had gone back to normal. The couple believed that the maddened woman had placed a curse on the house to ensure no couple living there would ever be happy. But I suppose my wife and I lived there for decades with little to no issue, so, it's probably all made up.
Well, you did move eventually.
We did, but it had nothing to do with marital issues. We've been planning on downsizing since our children moved out. No curse or evil spirit can harm a couple whose marriage is as strong as ours.
Ah, okay. Thanks for the heads up. I'll stay vigilant, I guess. Sorry, I think Bertram's calling me. I have to go.
Right, of course. See you later.
Sure, bye. Honey, are you on your way home? Could you stop by the convenience store? We're out of aluminum foil.
Were we ever not out of it?
We definitely had some at our old place, but I guess it never made it here. Will you be able to get it?
Sure, but I probably won't be getting off work for another hour or two.
Please, don't work yourself to death. I'm too young to be a widow.
Well, I'm sure you'll do a great job regardless.
You'd make a fantastic widow, dear, he says as he walks out the door, never to be seen again.
Leave for good when I haven't even got a chance to use our new air fryer? Not gonna happen.
Your new air fryer. I refuse to be associated with that purchase.
We have to fill up the counter space, and I've heard great things about the brand. Don't knock it until you've tried it.
Right, sorry, I've just been feeling on edge today.
Why is that? Is everything all right?
It's just that being alone in this house can feel pretty anxiety-inducing. Why did we get such a huge house? Who even needs a basement? What are we, royalty?
Did something happen? If you're feeling unwell, I could come home early.
No, that's okay. I was watching Valley of the Dolls, and it just ruined my whole evening.
I see. Still, we live in one of the safest cities in the country. We have a reliable home security system. I promise we'll be just fine.
I know. But don't you think the people here are kind of weird?
What? Why? I thought everyone was pretty warm and welcoming.
Sure on the surface, but who knows what's going on inside their heads? Plus, it's so quiet in here. Don't you feel isolated from the rest of the world?
It is quiet. Frankly, I find it more relaxing than isolating. I thought you felt the same way. This morning you said you could see this place becoming our forever home. What changed?
I don't know how to put this. I just need some time to think things over. I'll tell you when I'm ready, okay?
All right, if it's not anything urgent, take your time.
I don't think it is.
Okay, then let's discuss it some other time.
Okay. Hello, Timothy. Do you have a moment to talk?
Sure. What is it?
I know this is out of the blue, but could I ask you a few questions about the house? You said you bought it 40 years ago, right?
Right.
That means your children have been brought up here.
Right.
I figured this house is rather old and rough around the edges. Bertram and I just want to ensure that our future children will be brought up in the best possible environment. I hope you don't take that as an insult. We really do love the house. It's just that we can never be too careful, you know? We'd really appreciate it if you could let us know if it has any serious issues we need to be aware of.
That's okay. It's perfectly normal for first-time parents to worry about these things, but I can assure you the house is safe for children. It's true that it was in a bit of a rough shape when we first purchased it. We had to deal with typical issues like leaking pipes, mold, lead paint, asbestos.
Sorry, what?
But we took care of it all during the renovations. We had multiple teams of seasoned professionals working on restoring the house. You really don't have to worry about the house being unsafe. Look at my family. My son's a semi-professional mountain bike racer. Would he be able to do that if he'd been breathing in asbestos daily?
I guess not. I'm sorry, I don't think I know enough about mountain biking to answer that question.
It's an extreme sport, so no, he wouldn't.
Right, of course. Anyway, I should run. There's, smoke coming from the air fryer. Thank you for answering my questions. I've really learned a lot about our house.
No problem. If you have any more questions, feel free to contact us anytime, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Bye. Bertram, did you know about all this?
Oh, you're awake. Are you feeling better?
Yes, infinitely. Can you please look at the screenshots now?
Sure, just a second. Did you take your medicine?
I did, and I feel great. Thank you for asking. I'll feel even better once you've read the messages Timothy's been sending me.
Timothy?
The man we bought the house from, did you see what he said? Did you know about those renovations?
It's the first time I'm hearing about it. The real estate agent never mentioned such renovations. Perhaps they're no longer obligated to disclose that information after a certain time has passed.
That's just deceptive. We should demand our money back and sue them for fraud.
Is that really necessary? I mean, even if they did deal with those issues a few decades ago, they've still fixed them, haven't they? I suppose we could reinspect the house for toxic chemicals.
Sure, but look at what he texted me yesterday. Who makes up ghost stories to scare anxious women? I'm telling you, there's something off about him.
Okay, I agree, that's pretty strange. Even if he did believe it was true, what could he possibly gain from bringing it up now?
Well, what if he wants to drive us out of the house? If they lived in this house for 40 years, they must be pretty attached to it, right? What if they lied about wanting to downsize? What if they were forced to sell it?
I don't know. That sounds a bit far-fetched. Even if we did leave, he'd still have to repurchase the house.
Right, he's probably hoping to get a better deal if we sell it off in a rush. I saw an article about something like this once. Maybe he saw it too. We don't know how far he's willing to go. We must sell this place and move as soon as possible.
I don't know, Donna. We really can't make drastic decisions impulsively. Your job may allow you more flexibility in moving around, but it's going to be a long and tedious process for me. Plus, I'm not sure we'll be able to find another property that's half as good in our price range.
So you're absolutely against the idea of selling the house?
I just need some time to make sense of what's going on. We could discuss this some more this evening. Until then, please don't worry too much about it.
Sure, let's do that, and I'll try not to. Oh, before I forget, please grab some sour candy from the fancy store near the library. I've been craving it all morning.
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you, you're the best. Honey, where are you? Is everything all right? The dinner's getting cold.
Sorry, there was a long line at the register. I've just left the store.
Oh, okay. Did you get the candy?
I did. You know, something strange happened at the store. I was about to leave when I saw a familiar face in the crowd.
Really? Who was it?
It was Timothy.
Oh, what a coincidence. Did you talk to him?
I did. Did you?
Huh?
I'll cut to the chase. He denied sending those messages to you. He even let me go through his phone. Before I jump to conclusions, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Would you be okay with that?
Sure.
Was he lying when he said the last time he'd spoken with you was the day he retrieved his old photo album from the house?
No, he wasn't.
Did he really try to scare you by telling you a ghost story, or did the conversation end with him agreeing to come and fetch the album?
That's a long question. What do you want me to say, Bertram? The texts he showed you are authentic. The screenshots I sent you were not. He was the one telling the truth. I was lying. I don't want to make up new lies to cover up the old ones.
I don't understand. What's going on, Donna?
I just wanted to sell the house and move out. That's all. I wish I'd been upfront about it, but I didn't think you'd agree to move without a good reason. I thought it was just a harmless little lie. How could I have anticipated you running into him? He said they were planning on moving out of state.
But you were just as excited about the new house as I was. Was that also a lie?
No, I loved the house. I really did, but that was until I saw her.
Saw who? Please don't tell me it's because you believe you saw a ghost.
What? No, you know I don't believe in that stuff. I saw Timothy's daughter when she dropped him off to get the album.
And was she someone you knew?
Yes and no. Do you promise you won't think I'm insane if I tell you the truth?
I promise I'll try.
Okay, I guess that's good enough. Yesterday, when I saw her face, I realized she was the woman who'd almost got me killed.
What?
Well, okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. She didn't actually do anything to harm me, but I still almost died.
I'm not following.
Remember when I told you about the time I was hospitalized for a brain hemorrhage that almost ended up killing me all those years ago?
Yes, but what does that have to do with Timothy's daughter?
About a decade ago, an ex-friend recommended that I watch this popular TV show. It was targeted at young women, and so many people seemed to have enjoyed it, so I decided to give it a shot. I turned on the TV and started watching the latest episode. As the episode went on, I noticed it was making me feel more and more agitated. The next thing I knew, I was being rushed to the hospital. It's honestly a miracle that I survived. Timothy's daughter was a supporting character on the show, and that episode was centered around her. Just thinking about the fact that we're living in the same house where she grew up makes me feel like I'm going to pass out. And that's all there is to it.
I don't know what to say. Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I was scared that you'd think I was being ridiculous and overdramatic. If it hadn't been that show, it'd probably have been something else. It's just that I can't help feeling awful every time I'm reminded of all I had to go through to get back on my feet. I was scared you'd resent me for being incapable of letting the past trauma go, but I see now that I've only made things worse by lying. If you'd like me to leave, I can book a hotel and stay there for a while.
That won't be necessary.
What should we do then? Just go on with our lives and pretend nothing happened?
I don't think I could do that. As much as I want to believe you, I still find myself doubting the sincerity of your story.
I'm sorry, I really truly am. I know what I did was extremely foolish. Please, tell me if there's anything I can do to restore your faith in me. I love you, Bertram, and I don't want to give up on our marriage.
Neither do I, Donna, but it's going to take some time for me to trust you again.
I understand. I'm ready to work on myself, and I swear I am not saying that to prevent you from leaving me. Oh God, does that sound too manipulative? I'm trying not to be. I don't know what I'm supposed to say at a time like this. Should I just stop talking? What should I do, Bertram? I'm so confused. Why am I typing so much? It makes me look so frantic. Can I delete these messages for both sides? I don't see an option for that.
Deep breaths, honey. Take deep breaths. Remember, just focus on your breathing.
Right, sorry. I've got this.
Are you feeling better?
I am. I'll go grab a glass of water.
Sure.
All right, now I'm better for sure. Probably.
I've been thinking, and well, would you consider going back to therapy? And later, perhaps we could attend a few marriage counseling sessions?
But I've been doing so well. It's all because of this cursed house. It's all because I met that woman, and it's all because I found that album. It's all because... And I'm back to square one. Okay, I'll do it. If it can help restore my peace of mind, I'm willing to give it another shot.
I'm glad to hear that.
But what are we going to do about Timothy? What if he starts spreading rumors about us in the neighborhood?
Rumors? I thought we were worried about him spreading the truth.
Hey, you're not the one who has to stay home all day and endure their judgmental stares.
Well, what if we shift the blame to someone else?
How do we do that?
We could tell him we found out that the person messaging you was one of our friends who decided to play a prank on us and apologize for the misunderstanding.
I guess that could work. I promise I'll do my best to get better.
I know.
I love you.
I love you too.
For some inexplicable reason.
Shall I make another list? How long's it been since the last one? 3, 4 years?
3 years, 6 months, and 2 days. I used to write the dates on the back. Maybe I should go and dig them out of the moving boxes.
Shouldn't we go through them together? I wouldn't mind taking a trip down memory lane.
Sure, let's do that. Thank you.
For what?
Everything. Plus the sour candy, which I'm assuming you are bringing with you?
I am.
See, you really are the best.
I guess I am.
3 months have passed since my first therapy session, and while I can't say that it's alleviated all of my worries, it has definitely helped me regain some control over my emotions. Though the negative feelings subsided over time, I still felt uneasy living in our new house. Bertram and I ultimately managed to reach a compromise. We'd keep the house, but we'd strip it back to bare bones and rebuild it. I haven't spoken with Timothy since the day Bertram explained the situation to him and apologized. I heard they moved a while ago. I'm extremely lucky to have found a supporting, caring husband who's willing to stick with me through thick and thin. I'll work hard to make sure I can provide him with the same comfort and kindness he's shown me over the years.